This video you're about to watch is a very short lesson, but it pretty much focuses all on the X and Y intercepts. So we're going to first look at what they are, and then look at how to find them, and then look at how to sketch a graph after finding your intercepts. Just to keep it simple, when we're trying to find the Y-intercept, that's when X equals 0. And when we're trying to find the X-intercept, that's where Y equals 0. So whenever you're asked to find one of these, just remember you need to let the other one equal 0. So with that in mind, this is our graph here, and we know that the rule is y equals 2x plus 2. So the y-intercept, which is the point where the line hits the y-axis, is where x equals 0, because obviously it hasn't gone left and it hasn't gone right. So x is in the middle, x equals 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this x equals 0 and we're going to substitute it into our rule. So the y equals 2 times 0 plus 2, which is 0 plus 2, which means our y equals 2. What about for x-intercept? And this is where the line hits the x-axis, which means it's neither above or below the x-axis, it's actually on the x-axis. So what we need to do is we need to substitute where y equals 0. So here we say 0 equals 2x plus 2. And then we move over the plus 2 to get x by itself, which means it's negative 2 now, just like we've done previously in equations. And then we divide both sides by positive 2, meaning that x equals negative 1. So now we can come to a conclusion that, well, the y-intercept has an x value of 0 and a y value of 2, which must mean that the coordinate point of this intercept is 0 and 2. And if you look at the graph now, that's exactly where the y-intercept is. Same thing for the x-intercept, where x equals negative 1 and y equals 0. If you look at your graph, it's marked in blue. These are your two intercept coordinates. Let's look at another example where y equals 2x minus 10. So to find the y-intercept, let x equal 0. So y equals 2 times 0 minus 10. Y equals 0 minus 10, and y equals negative 10. This means that our y-intercept is x equals 0 and y equals negative 10. And that, in brackets, is our coordinate point for the y-intercept. Let's look at the x-intercept. So obviously, you let the y value equal 0, and you get 0 equals 2x minus 10. Move over the minus 10 to the other side, which makes it positive, and divide both sides by 2. X equals 5. This means that the coordinate points of our x-intercept is 5 and 0. So now, if we want to sketch the graph, all we need to do is take our two intercept points that we found, put them on the graph. So that's the y-axis intercept. This is the x-axis intercept. And then it's as simple as putting a line through it. And there you have it. You have sketched your graph just by finding the two x and y intercepts.